spin it at 5,500 RPM. And if you're used to a Cessna 172 where 2,400 RPM is the red line, yes, I agree, it's different. There is a gear reduction mechanism on the engine itself that takes the propeller back down to the correct revolution of about 2,500 half. And it's just different. So I just tell people about that. I really believe in this engine. It's been around for 30 years. It's been used in multiple applications. My dad and I have flown in a plane that, and we're getting a phone call. Oh. There we go. I just declined a phone call on Jayden's phone. Anyway, we'll have to say sorry, Brandon. So this engine has been in the front of a plane that my dad and I have flown across the United States to Oshkosh 3 times. We flew in a couple 3 years. We've gone to Oshkosh in his original 12 IS, or 12, correction. And if you notice, there are approaching 700. I'm going to round up and be generous with my roundup just to make it fun for you. Well, I put down the little Wikipedia entry. So I like Wikipedia. I like the responsibility that people have to write that web page, that they're posting it to the world. And if they get it wrong, then they get slapped on the back of the hand and they get asked not to write anymore for Wikipedia. So, and that number might have gone up. So don't quote me to it. Don't hold me to it. But right around there, that's a pretty big number of planes flying for a kit that's being put out. So there's a good number of these planes out in the fleet. And it's been giving Van's aircraft excellent feedback as to the durability of all the parts. They've been getting a bunch of data. They can use the big data for all of you tech heads out there to get information back and then to improve the plane. So, and one of the things that I really like about Van's aircraft is they listen. And that's super important to me because I want the manufacturer to not cover up anything. I want them to come out with safety directives. I want them to come out with updated parts. I want them to come out with updated, as the plane goes by. I hope you guys can still hear me. I want them to come out with updated ideas and designs and then integrate them into the current fleet that's out there. It makes the fleet much better. So if you have a manufacturer that doesn't have very many safety directives, be very wary. If you have one that has lots of different directives and updates and changes of plans, that's a good company, and that's good people that are flying the planes. And I know the people who design them, not only design them, they build them, they fly them. President of the company answered the phone when I called on tech support a couple, 3 months ago. So, and he built one of the original 12s as he was an East Coast representative and built the original 12 and flew it from the East Coast to Oshkosh. Okay, next slide, please. So I think I've already touched on the safety of the plane. 47 years old. They're not as old as me. I'm pretty old. But that's a good thing. They've been around a long time. Financial stability, I like a company that's just gonna be around for a lot longer. They're like old farmers. I know people in the Bay Area are not big farm people, but farmers plan for multiple years of not good time. So that's just the stability that I like is really nice. And it's affordable. So on a relative dollar scale for a new plane with this type of avionics and this type of engineering that's gone into it, it's pretty reasonable. I already talked about the support. I don't want to talk too much. Next slide, please. There we go. So this is a little bit of a surprise that's thrown in there for you. If you go to vansairforce.net, I don't know why it says .com up there, but vansairforce.net for network if you're into the top level domains in a domain. You can go and read. We're working on the plane right now. If you can read at Van's Air Force Net, you can see all the different things that people are doing. you can see that the manufacturer sits there and watches all of those posts, and that's how they get good feedback. So it's really fantastic. It's a tremendous amount of resource there at vansairforce.net. And it's all public, it's all available for anyone to take a look at and anyone to gather and learn. So like I said, if you can do the read thing, I call it the READ, you can build this plane. All you have to do is just read. I spent many hours just reading through how people are doing things, trying to stand on the shoulders of giants and not make their mistakes. So next slide, please. All right. So what I thought was really nifty about this plane is you're building in a team. I know a lot of you are young and you get graded on a curve, which pits you against each other. I'm not so happy about that. When you're on a team, you take care of every team member, you help each other. There's no blame and there's no grading. There is, though, the satisfaction of building the part correctly and safely, which if you read is pretty easy. So, and in the team, this one here, we had lots of experience, we had the resources, and we had a lot of collaboration. If you're a person that doesn't like to collaborate, if you're a person that doesn't like to listen to other people, this might not be a good build for you. If you're a person that likes to collaborate and likes to grow your mind, likes to expand your horizons, likes to be brought to a higher level, this is a good build for you. And I've learned, and I'm older than the Vans company, so, and I've learned several things people have taught me, and it's been fantastic, and that's just great. It's a very, very good way to do things. And that's in aviation, there's no blame. It's always about learning and helping each other and making it a better, safer plane and flying safe. I think Jayden's probably tired of me talking, but I always want everyone to be a good, safe pilot. That means you go out, you take the plane out, you go fly around, you go have fun, you go to lunch, you go to visit people, you come back, you put the plane away, and you go home, and you're safe and happy, and you've had a fantastic experience for not only you flying it, but your passengers and everyone associated with it. That's a really good goal that I think is something to aim for. So next slide, please. And in that spirit, here we go. It's all about the team helping each other out. I don't know if you can see the young gentleman that's sitting next to Frank or standing next to Frank to the left of Bruno. He's now sitting here too. So, and it's all about all the, our phone is sliding around a little bit. So Jayden just caught it.
The glue came off.
So this is live. This is not pre-recorded. So you're getting it just raw. So in this team, what you see is you see Tim in the back. He's working. That's okay. I'll get it. I'll hold it. You got it? Okay. So this is, again, teamwork. You know, you got one person holding it. There we go. And holding the phone so we can do the presentation. And I'm talking. But you have teamwork. So you have Tim in the back. He came over from the East Bay. He's working with us. Sam's in the back. He's the EA president. You have Frank. Everyone's helping each other. Bruno's there. And then Elizabeth, she's been here for a long time, and she's taught me a few things, which has been fantastic. It's just everyone brings a lot to the table. I'll be back. And Arnold just went by. Arnold? I'll be back. We're doing it right now. It's live. And you might recognize your brother there too. So. All right, so next slide, please. So these are the instructions. I just wanted to throw that in there where it tells you exactly what to do. And like I said, if you do the READ thing, if you can read, you can build. You just have to follow along and do what the plans say. All the engineering has been done by those folks up in Oregon that have been there for 47 years doing this. So you can see the different numbers that are called out. They give you an overview of it, and then they give you a detail. So let's continue on. One more slide. There we go. So the next slide is the engine. I thought this was kind of interesting. This is one of the more expensive parts to purchase and one of the more satisfying pieces to attach to the plane, and makes a sense of accomplishment. And again, you can see where they call out the Rotax engine control unit, the engine itself. If you look in the front where it points to the 912 IS engine, that is the front flange where the propeller attaches to, and just behind that is the gear reduction unit that I was talking about. So you can spin the engine at 5,500 RPM, and you can spin the propeller at the correct 2,400 RPM. This engine's unique in that it has both oil and water cooling. The heads are water and air cooled, and the rest of the engine is oil cooled. There's a oil cooler and a radiator also that hang on the front lower part of this picture. Next picture, please. So I wanted to throw this out there. So if you're going to begin with the end in mind, what do you want to do after the plane's built? So I want you to think about that. What would you do? Where would you go? What would you help make the world a better place with this plane? What would you do with it? And how much fun would you have? So just kind of a small exercise and kind of thinking about, you know, hey, this would be really cool. I could go up to, you know, Santa Rosa, and there's an airport up there. I could meet up with friends there. I could bring my friends here. We could be safe. We could fly this plane around. Just something to think about. Yeah. So this is pretty good. I'm not going to talk too much longer. Let's go ahead and get the next slide, please.
Yeah.
So to get your surprise, do you want to get your surprise?
You guys are live now, right?
Yes, we're live.
How many people are on?
How many people are on?
We have 15 people, 14 people.
14 people. Great. 14 people. So I've got a surprise for all 14 of you. Send an email with the subject, I want to build an airplane, to me. And then I'm going to direct you to a form, a Google form, and then there'll be some kind of fun things, hopefully, some things that are related to the plans, some ideas, and possibly a little video showing of where the plane's at. So if you're really interested, you know, and you want to take that next step, and you want to go, and you're definitely committed, let me know, and then I'll definitely let Jayden know who on the line wanted to build a plane, and then you will comprise the group of people that will be looked at to help build. So I'm just trying to throw something out there to make it so it'd be fun for you. And then, you know, if you're really interested, here's a way to say, yeah, I'll sign up for it. So I think what we're going to do from here, since this is live, is we're going to give you an overview of the plane. And Jayden's working on removing our fancy safety wire connection to the phone, to the little thing that we're doing the presentation from. So, like I said, we do a lot of ad hoc here, and why don't you go ahead and flip the phone so people can see where we were presenting from. So we're live, and we got a battery here, and so this is how we improvise, right here. And I think Jayden's going to take you around on the plane.
All right, guys, here's the tour of a plane that we're building. Well, as you heard from Thomas, it's an RV-12. We're pretty much done with it, right, Oliver? Thomas, you got anything to say about the plane?
We're getting close. Tomorrow, hopefully, the designated airworthiness representative will come by and take a look, give it his blessing, and off we go. Tons and tons of work has been put into it. And this is the completed project. Our tail number, 962 Tego Foxtrot. Eventually a couple parts and pieces will go on here for the tail cone. So this part will fit in here like so, and it'll look much nicer, much more completed. But we need to have that available, all of these parts and pieces for people to look and inspect, make sure it's done properly.
Why would they order it that way? Well, it says a program.
Oliver, do you mind if I slip in and show them the avionics?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I? So our aircraft has G3X Touch. It's not IFR. Just got the seats installed today. We have plenty of room for our fuel tank is in the back. Most aircraft we have them in the wings, but yeah. Thanks, Frank.